his mother's home and she still lives in it, doesn't pay any rent. Some of that seems like it also potentially could be criminal. Has there been any noise out of the Justice Department to say maybe they ought to start looking into it if there's nothing that the justices are willing to do to change their own behavior?
There has not. What has happened is that the disclosure questions regarding Clarence Thomas have been sent by the Judicial Conference, which is the top administrative body of the courts, down to their so-called Financial Disclosure Committee, which then makes a recommendation as to whether to refer that matter to the Justice Department if there is reasonable cause to believe that Justice Thomas's failure to disclose might have been willful. So it could get to the department through that willfulness referral, and we'll be watching to see what happens, because the last time that happens, it seems to have died in the Financial Disclosure Committee.
There seems to just be a sense of stasis, right? That they refuse. I mean, that letter was fairly arrogant, I will just say, as a layperson from the Supreme Court Chief Justice, essentially saying, no thanks, we don't need your help, we're good, we don't have any ethical issues. But their approval ratings are in the basement. Right? They've dropped, what, 30-some odd points over the last 20 years. People don't trust them, and no one believes that they're not just politicians. I mean, you actually, let me play a you to you. This is you, Senator Whitehouse, questioning Chief Justice Gorsuch. This was back in 2017. Take a listen.
My question is, do you think there's a public interest
in
disclosure of political funds in a democracy? That's, I don't think, a prejudgment. That's just a values proposition, and one of the considerations that you ought to be able to answer without much hesitation.
And Senator, what I'm prepared to say is I recognize that as a matter of First Amendment interests, the Supreme Court has validated the proposition that disclosure serves important functions in a democracy. At the same time, the Supreme Court's also acknowledged that those disclosure functions can sometimes themselves have unintended consequences.
You know, there's a sense that, number one, you can't believe anything that they said in their hearings. I'm sorry to say, because they also said things about stare decisis that turned out to be lies.
Remember what they said about Roe versus Wade.
What they said about Roe versus Wade. It's a settled law. It's settled law. But it also seems to me that at least the conservative majority, they act like little princes. Like they can take money and trips and whatever they want. There's nothing the rest of us can do about it, and yet we're expected to abide by their rulings, right? There's an asymmetry here.
Yeah, it's a one-way street.
It's a one-way street. Let's talk about the money. You talk a lot about this. The Leonard Leo money. The new disclosures that it's not even clear that he didn't pick those justices that Donald Trump added to the court, the Trump 3, without the help of the Federalist Society, who we've all sort of come to think of the Federalist Society is serving up these justices, and they're just getting on the bench. Now it's even murkier.
Yeah, it's much murkier. I mean, it's a little hard to pick apart because Leonard Leo worked for the Federalist Society and still serves on their board of the Federalist Society. But what is clear is that the Federalist Society had no proceedings through which they adopted or approved any such list. So if they didn't look at it, what's this Federalist Society list? Who did come up with it? I think that's an important question, because if it is a bunch of right-wing billionaires operating in a back room at the Federalist Society with Leonard Leo as their little functionary, then that's a really important consideration in evaluating these justices.